Happy Days won't be seen tonight, so we can bring you a very special episode of the Gen X Files. Welcome to the Gen X Files. I'm Jim.
I'm Adam.
And today's show is another
For the Stepdads.
Last show of the year, baby.
Yeah, it was Christmas, and we talked about toys all month.
Yeah, it was fun. Actually, I would say that these shows that we did got me more in the Christmas spirit than usual.
Yeah, I would agree.
I ended up watching the Abbott and Costello Christmas special from the 50s, which was funny. Everything ends in violence in the 50s. All humor, all roads of humor.
But it's all slapstick. It's
End
not
in
real violence.
No, but it's always somebody getting a hammer to the head or falling through a window, pie to the face.
Nobody's getting like their head cut off.
Not a lot of like really thinker endings to sketches back
They
then.
didn't know how to end them, so they just said,
punch him in the puss.
Poke
Give
you in
him
the
a pop.
eyes.
It was hilarious though, and I love them. And the thing that was funny was that if you know Abbott and Costello, if anybody under 50,
I have no idea who you're talking about.
it was always Costello getting the,
Costello was the bigger guy?
yeah.
Wait, was it? No, I'm thinking of Laurel and Hardy.
Lou Costello was the
kind of
shorter,
chunkier
like
guy?
chubbier guy.
Chubbier guy. There you go.
And Abbott was
Kind of
a straight man.
Skinnier.
Yeah, he was the straight man. Abbott
I
Costello.
literally can't bring up their images in my head. I
my
know
God.
who they are,
Right,
but I
well,
can't anyway.
Anyway,
Yeah.
For the two people over 60. No, but their whole shtick was Lou Costello kind of getting scared or whatever, and Abbott being like, "What are you talking about?" Ooh, Abbott.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. There's a mummy behind.
Hey, what are you doing? There ain't no money here. Mummy here. You're adult. Don't be a drip.
That was literally every single bit.
Well, they also had Who's on First, which was one of the greatest
Right.
comedy bits ever made. I mean, come on, Who's on First? What's on second? I don't know who's on third. It's
Name one other bit they did.
well, they did
you
Slowly
just
I
watched.
Turn, Step by Step. They did all the old bits.
Yeah,
I love
of course.
Abbott
They were
Costello.
great. No,
Abbott
they're
Costello
funny.
Meets Frankenstein is one of my top 20
great.
favorite movies of all
Yes.
time. Don't you test me on Abbott Costello.
I don't.
But I don't know why I got so heated.
Yeah,
Because
I
I
don't
enjoyed
either.
the show so much. It's because we talked politics before the show.
Yeah, we did.
But it was just really fun to watch. So the whole conceit of the show was that Abbott was getting effed with. Like, he fell through the windows, and he got and Costello was
It was
putting the
the
poop on his hair. It was old switcheroo,
Old
double
switcheroo.
do.
I literally was just going to say
Yeah.
that. Old
That was very
switcheroo
funny.
double do.
Watched a bunch of Dean Martin Christmas specials.
Yeah, we watched a little bit on Christmas Eve.
Those were pretty good. I have to say, Dean Martin, one of the most charismatic human beings on the planet.
Oh, yeah, he's great.
So funny, so just watchable. The guy didn't do any preparation. I mean, he's like the laziest dude in terms of these specials. I mean, he did a
Yeah, okay.
But in terms, I mean, even he would say, like, when he did his show, he's like, I got two conditions to do the show. One, I don't rehearse, and two, I cannot do it if I don't want to do it. So these guys.
It's very fitting for our stepdad show and how there's literally zero preparation for this.
Exactly. So, but even so, there were such fun shows, and they had like.
Oh, they were great. Yeah.
They had there was a really weird one with Dean Martin and Frank Sinatra and their families.
Yeah, that was super weird.
And they kept pushing their poor kids out to sing and do bits.
They're all great. They all
Yeah,
sing
they
fantastic.
were.
But it's like, man, it was weird.
Get out there and sing, God damn it.
I'm
a little nervous.
My
I'm not a
favorite
performer.
was I think it was the year before that with Dean Martin. I think it was like 68 or 69. But it was him and with Nipsey Russell and I don't remember the guy's name. The other guy, it was the
Dom
one dude.
DeLuise.
Dom DeLuise, but then a fourth guy, the guy he was sitting in the chair with. They were getting their hair cut.
Oh.
I can never remember his name. I should. Anyway, they're sitting there.
What does he look like?
It was the other guy. His name's like Max something, I think, or I don't remember. It was not a name I recognized at all. But the fact that they sat there for literally like 12 minutes and just told one-liner jokes.
Oh, yeah.
The entire time. And it was hysterical.
Oh, it was, baby. And he didn't drink and he didn't womanize. He went back.
He went and had babies.
Oh, he had a lot of babies.
He was the Nick Cannon of the.
Oh my God,
of
he
the
was
60s.
like why there is a stereotype about Catholics having kids.
Ugh.
Whew, as Dean Martin, baby. Really fun though. Watched some of the Rankin and Bass. Watched,
We watched the National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
Yeah, which I hadn't seen in a long time. It was very fun.
Which Phoebe had never seen and really enjoyed.
I watched Scrooged. I hadn't seen that in a while
great
as
movie.
well. Yeah, it is really good.
I will say it was really interesting with the toys because all the shows we did made me really reconsider the gifts I was giving, and I looked harder for more fun toys, or more fun presents, I should say, not just toys, but for you and Phoebe.
Yeah.
It was great. I actually just this morning was cleaning out my closet looking for a certain tool and found a box of stuff that I meant to give both of you that I never did.
Oh my God.
So you have more presents coming.
That's awesome.
I needed a tool to clean out my PS5 because Jim was kind enough to get me The Last of Us Part 1.
Yeah.
PS5 game. It's fantastic. Apparently, my PS5 is so filthy that this game literally makes it shut down.
Well, it's the SSD, the solid state drives they put in there run so much faster than the PS4
well,
drive.
and it's the AAA games, the bigger games, actually utilize more of the system, which causes it to get way warmer.
Right.
And luckily, it shuts down. It doesn't just fry and be dead.
You just gotta clean the fan gets dirty.
I just need that T8 torque tool, which
T8 torque tool.
You had a T15 and a T20, but not a T8.
Ah.
So yeah, but I ordered it. It's fine.
Somebody stole my T8.
It'll be here tomorrow through the magic of Amazon.
Nice. Yeah, I got Adam got me Stray.
I'm super excited about that.
Which is a game where you play as a cat.
Yeah.
It's very appropriate for me because I spend 98% of my time with just a cat.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm starting to understand her, and she's starting to understand me, and that's not good. But no, Stray's really fun. I started it. I'm playing like 80 games right now. We started playing. There was a bunch of new content dropped for Grand Theft Auto Online.
Yeah.
Not great.
Yeah.
Not
it's
great.
fine.
It's fun. It's fine. And look, this is free stuff that you get. They're not charging you for this.
Yeah,
So I mean, complaining about this stuff is kind of
Yeah.
jerky. But still, they have a certain amount of quality, and this just kind of seems rehashed from everything else. And
yeah, I mean, they have been hoisted by their own petard because they have set the bar really high, and now the stuff is just kind of like, it seems like it's kind of half-assed. And
the fact that it's like a drip feed 2-part thing, it's kind of underwhelming.
Yeah.
There's not a big proper. I guess they're going to be releasing a big garage or whatever, but
And it was buggy. Like, there was a cool Die Hard thing they
Yeah.
did, which was really cool, but it took me like 18 tries to get the gun, and and it was like, I just wanted to get the gun. And
never got the gooch.
Oh, you never got it?
No.
I think it's still doing. I think it's still going.
There is a gooch, which is their Grinch that would rob you and you'd get him. These are the cute little things that I think is fun. Like the gooch and the Die Hard thing was brilliant. It's like, but it's online, so you're waiting in line, or it's not like a single player game. There's going to be glitches and stuff. That stuff's fun. I mean, we had fun with it. The acid stuff was fun.
Yeah, it's fine. I mean, if we hadn't had other updates like Cayo Perico and all this other stuff, sure, it'd be better, but it just seemed like a step back.
What they need is a big ass Michael update because they haven't done anything with Michael.
That's true.
They need something like a new heist kind of thing or something, because the best part of that game are the heists.
Yeah.
And I've been doing this thing where you can just kind of drop in, to different jobs and stuff. So I'll just drop in and see if I can pick up a heist, a casino heist, which is probably the easiest heist to do, or the easiest one to get.
Right. Right.
The other ones take so much preparation; it's hard for people to.
Yeah.
To just hey, you want to join?
Well, some of them, like the Doomsday one, you have to do it with somebody else. Like, you can't even do it alone.
Oh yeah, but what I'm saying is to drop in.
Well, right.
It's probably the easiest one to do because we've all
and make
done
money.
it.
Yeah.
Cayo Perico too, but they keep changing that.
Yeah.
And for anybody who doesn't play Grand Theft Auto, sorry, but anyway, all this stuff was really fun. It's just I think what's going on is they're really ramping up GTA 6.
Yeah.
And
for sure.
GTA 5 online and Red Dead Redemption online, they're suffering.
Yeah, no, agreed, and it's fine. I mean, it was fun. I mean, I've got back into GTA 5 or GTA Online.
I still play that game probably more than any other game.
Yeah.
If you look at it on an aggregate basis.
Right, over the last 10 years.
And playing the same thing 10 years on, there's no other game except for maybe The Last of Us.
Yeah, which I was just going to say, that's the only other one that I've continued to play.
But that's that's a revisiting a really good story
Yeah, yeah.
rather than a continuous, character that
Yeah.
I've been developing for,
Right.
10 plus years. Captain
Yeah.
Jimbo.
Yeah, with all your stuff. There's so many properties. There's so many things.
It's so depressing. It is so depressing how successful I am in fake Los Angeles
Yeah.
as to opposed to real Los Angeles.
Well,
I don't have a yacht or 17 apartments.
I think the secret is that you need to get involved in the criminal underworld.
Yeah, I do.
Ooh. Yeah, but it's been really nice getting back into The Last of Us, which is now called The Last of Us Part 1. It's like reading a novel. Like, I jump back into it because it's just so rich and lush and amazing. And I'm only maybe like 4 or 5 hours into it, but like, it's appreciating the relationship between Ellie and Joel.
Yeah.
It's been really great. Really focusing in on the voice acting and stuff because I'm super excited about the show coming up.
Well, I was gonna say, yeah. I mean, I was really excited to hopefully play through this before the show.
Yeah.
Or during. Who cares? But I'm excited to see the show. I hope that the show, veers a little bit so it's not just a shot-for-shot remake of the.
I don't think it will be. I just heard from Craig Mazin saying that one of the producers that it's not going to be as gory as the game. So I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what that means. I mean, I don't know. But it's not. The thrust of the story will be there, and that's what I'm excited about.
Yeah.
I'm excited for that last moment in episode 8 or 10 or whatever, and hopefully they'll continue it. I mean, the second game was really great, so
There's a lot of great set pieces in that game that I'm excited to see on the show.
yeah.
I'm excited to play Stray. I played a little bit of it, like I said. There's a dedicated meow button, which I love.
That's amazing.
It's really pretty. But this month, they also released the next-gen update for The Witcher 3.
Yeah. Yeah.
Damn, that game is good.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Talk about getting into a novel.
I was, you forget sometimes because I was like, I don't know. Because you remember bits and pieces of a game or bits and pieces of a memory. And maybe some of those things that you remember aren't the best quests or whatever.
Right.
And I was excited to replay The Witcher. But then I was kind of like, it's so long. And I started playing, and it is so rich. It is.
Yeah.
People who are fans of Jack Reacher, the Lee Child's novels, and now the Amazon Prime series, this is the closest thing to Jack Reacher in fantasy.
Yeah.
You're basically just this badass who travels around this world hunting monsters and helping people, and you're sarcastic. And it's just, you can play the game any way you want.
Yeah.
You can be sarcastic, you can be earnest, you can, there's dialogue choices. But it's just so, every corner of this game has something intriguing. It's not just, go fetch this or follow this guy or bring this to this guy or, it's more like.
They're all very developed. Yeah.
There's one where you got to put on a play. That's the one I remember the most. But so many just little things, him being kind to children or him being not kind to children if you don't want to be. But it's just, I think about 10 hours in to my second playthrough. And I'm doing an N+. For those who don't know, that's where you do the game again, but you keep all the crap that you got on your first playthrough.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to see what it would be like to be a badass Witcher right at the beginning. And oh boy, is it fun. I'm so glad I did that.
I still jump into Weird West once in a while.
Yeah, that's a good one.
But it's kind of fallen off because of Christmas. But yeah, I did a bunch of games. I had bought a bunch of games through Christmas sales, like when I got Stray, like with Resident Evil 8 Village, that is, I still haven't put in yet.
I got to finish 7.
Before
we get to it. They just released a gen free upgrade for
the PS5 upgrade,
for 7, for 6, 7,
7.
Yeah, which I played. I'm in a place where I don't know what to do. It's very scary. That's a good game. Yeah, I mean, we have such a embarrassment of riches when it comes to backlogs of games.
Because I finished Control again, and then I had one of those games I got was a remake of Alan Wake, which is from the same company.
Right,
and
Remedy.
Which I still haven't. I believe I played through it once before, but if I did, it was only once. So I'm excited to play that again. I like that style of game. It's interesting. Yeah. It's about a writer and all that.
It's like a Stephen King-y kind of writer, monster, pages come to life.
And it is remastered, so it'll look good on the PS5.
Yeah.
So But yeah, I haven't, like, I tried playing Biomutant, and it's fine.
I enjoy that. I
mean-
played that a bit, and I enjoy it. It's a little empty. Not
Yeah.
like the world is empty, but I just mean it's just kind of. It's a good distraction. It's pretty.
Yeah.
The combat's pretty competent.
Yeah, I mean,
there's
it's
some fun stuff to
It is something
explore.
I think I will eventually dive deeper into, but I just have higher priorities.
Yeah, it's got a cool visual style. But it is something that I started and got a little hot and heavy for a few hours, and then got distracted by something else.
Yeah, we did on Christmas. We jumped online to the Red Dead world.
Oh, yeah.
It was nice.
It was all snowy and pretty. That game is so great.
Scraggly Christmas tree
Yeah,
in your camp.
yeah.
It's so great.
It's just a shame they aren't doing more with that.
It really is too bad.
Because that's my favorite open world, I'll have to say. I mean, I love GTA, but the
Yeah.
Red Dead open world is just so alive
Yeah.
when it works.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, definitely, it doesn't all the time.
It didn't, yeah. A lot of props. But
yeah, I mean, I've been trying to focus on The Last of Us because I do want to get through it before the show, and I want you to get through it before the show. So
oh yeah, God
trying to
knows.
get through
I never finish anything.
I mean, once I finish it, that's up to you, man.
Yeah. Well, at least it's linear. It's one of those games that'll take you to the end.
Yeah,
You don't
yeah,
have
you
to-
can't.
You can't
yeah.
wander your way around there for too long.
No, and it's really interesting because the part one, the new release, has a bunch of commentary on it. Plus, it has during the cinematics and the cutscenes, like there's commentary, but there's also like once you play through the game once, you can do like different skins.
Yeah.
and
I remember that from
unlocks a bunch of stuff. Like
last-
it's interesting. Yeah, like I'm excited to play through it and kind of get the developers' take on it.
What were your top few games from this year?
Um,
Doesn't necessarily have to be new, but new to you.
man.
Your most enjoyable gaming experiences this year.
Well, I mean, according to my PlayStation recap, it would have to be Assassin's Creed Valhalla because I put the most time into that, which I really thoroughly enjoyed.
Yeah, same. That was great.
It was really good. I never finished. I really liked the Deathloop, but I've never finished it. I kind of lost interest in it about
Yeah.
halfway through.
One day.
It was
That's
really
a
fun.
one-day finisher. Yeah, that was fun. That is fun, but yeah.
Yeah.
Control.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, that's a great game. Control's always a great game. I mean, it's one of those. It's like Mad Max. It's one of those I will pick up every couple years and play through because I just
Supposedly
love,
there's a sequel coming to that.
for Mad Max,
Yeah.
or for Control.
Mad Max. Well,
Oh.
and Control.
Well, both. Yeah, I didn't realize there was a sequel for Mad Max.
yeah,
Okay.
I'm not. It's kind of rumory, but it seems like
Yeah.
it's fairly reliable,
Yeah.
which would be great. That's one of the most underrated games ever, in my
Yeah.
opinion. That Mad Max game is so much
Oh,
fun.
it's so good, and it didn't do well when it first started, but you can consistently get it now for $5 or less.
If you haven't
And
played it, get it.
it has one of the greatest fighting systems,
Mm-hmm.
and it just is the sound and the controls, and like it just feels like you're in the movie.
Yeah,
like,
they
it's
captured
really
that
great.
world really, really well.
What about you? What else? What have you?
Well, I mean, it's not new, but I finally got around to playing Cyberpunk, which I thoroughly
Yeah.
enjoyed. I thought that was great. I'm looking forward to there's some DLC coming this next year. I played Red Dead again.
All the way through, yeah.
And I finished that one.
Yeah.
And that just proves again that it's probably my number one game of all time.
Yeah. I'm due for a replay on that one. It's going to be sometime this coming year.
Oh yeah, I really enjoyed Lego Star Wars. I finished that one too.
Oh,
At
nice.
least the
Nice.
the
The
movies
storyline.
parts. Horizon Zero Dawn. I'm having a really good time playing that.
I got really frustrated with that, but I'm excited to get through it again.
It's really fun. I like it.
Or no, Forbidden West. Is that what
Is
you're talking
that-
about?
yeah.
Are you talking about Zero Dawn or Forbidden West?
Well, the new one, whatever the
Forbidden
West.
West,
Yeah, that one's great. It's just expands upon everything that was great about the first one.
yeah.
And it's kind of got that Witcher feel where you have to kind of prepare for your
Yeah.
combat, the
Yeah.
right tools for the right fights, which I normally am not a big fan of that stuff, but it's not obtrusive like with The Witcher 2. It's like, you
Yeah.
put some oil on your sword and you get the right bomb and you use
Right.
the right sign and
It's a
it
lot
makes
easier
it
to- yeah.
easier to defeat the thing, which is so great. It just, I love the detective. I'm going to get back on The Witcher, I will have to say.
Yeah, yeah,
Getting
yeah.
back into that is so amazing. And it's just the detective aspect of that. It's like Batman, too. I mean, it's
Yeah.
got all of the. It takes so many great aspects of so many different games and melds them together into a masterpiece,
Yeah.
which
yeah.
is just gorgeous now too. I would put it up against games today, and the game is, what, from 2014, 15?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. Yeah, it's really great. I think it's funny that you're talking about that with Forbidden West, because I think that's part of the reason that I stopped playing it, because I tried to kill something that was not prepared for.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
and it was like, okay.
Yeah, if you got to take your time with those battles.
Yeah.
You can't hack it. And that's what I like about it too. Is you can't hack and slash. And
Right.
even with The Witcher, I mean, you're pretty much just using two buttons, either light attack or strong attack.
Yeah.
But your parries and your moves and your sign powers and all that stuff add up together
Yeah.
to make a very interesting and strategic battle.
Nice.
Ooh, I'm a nerd.
Yeah. No, it's good though. It's fun. I mean, that's part of the puzzle of the games, is figuring out the best way to do them.
I'm looking forward to God of War Ragnarok.
Yeah, that is going to be amazing. I'm excited to play through the first game again.
Yeah, I got to finish the first game.
I'm excited about that one.
I'm really excited about Hogwarts Legacy.
Yes. I did read something that I found disconcerting,
What was it?
in that apparently a lot of the stuff they've been pushing in the trailers and things are only going to be available in deluxe and ultimate editions. Like the flying horses and stuff.
No. Just one of them. Just like the skin.
This is not according to the article I was reading.
Really?
I don't know. It could have been all hogwash. I have no idea.
I think the only thing that is for pre-orders or for the deluxe edition
Yeah.
is the Dark Arts Arena
Oh.
or something is what I heard. But who knows?
Yeah, I don't know.
If it's a pay-to-play kind of thing, then shame on them.
That's the impression I got from the article. Granted, again, it's the internet. Who knows?
And it hasn't been released. I don't know. I mean, I haven't heard. I watched a bit of a. I watched because I watch the YouTubes on my TV.
Yeah.
So I watched a bit of this preview of Hogwarts, and they had two of the developers. I think somebody from maybe IGN or one of those
Yeah.
things, and then they had a fan,
Oh God.
and the fan was just like he was a drippy fan too. Like oh my God, I can't believe what I'm seeing right now. It just took me. I was like, God, man, yes, it's pretty.
Gush,
I want to
gush,
play this
gush.
game, but
Yeah.
you're acting like you're watching the birth of your child, pal. Come on. He was fine. An attractive young man.
Yeah.
But just
Yeah.
a speed bump. A horrible speed bump.
I get so weirdly anxious around people that get so excited about things.
Well, I do too, and I get it.
It's
And it's
like,
also
okay,
people that
okay.
aren't professionals.
Right.
And it's
Yeah.
not their fault or anything. They
No,
brought this poor son of a
yeah,
bitch
yeah.
on there to be the gawking fan, and I get
And
it, but
he's doing his job.
oh, poor kid. Anyway, I got about 10 minutes in, and not 10 minutes. I got about 2 minutes in, and was like, I'll catch the highlights.
Yeah. I'm excited about it too. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm gonna wait. I mean, it's one of those. I'm gonna wait until the reviews, and I don't think I will pay full price for it, but we'll see. Who knows? It could be outstanding, and it could be incredible.
If it lives up to its potential, and what it looks like now, it's going to be a masterpiece.
Yeah.
It just looks like a beautiful. I'm not a huge Harry Potter guy. I mean, I was a little old when
Yeah.
that stuff came out. I read all the books. I enjoyed them. I enjoyed the movies. I'm not a Potterhead. I don't have a wand or anything, but I understand the passion.
Sure.
But to me, it's not so much about the Harry Potter, but about the open world and the fact that it's like in the 1800s.
Yeah,
And,
agreed.
I just like the way it looks and feels. It just looks like another great RPG adventure game.
And I hope so. I really, really hope
Me
so.
too, but
I'm still
it's-
hesitant.
Yeah, because like Saints Row, the
Yeah.
reboot of that came out this year, garbage. I was so excited for that. So
Yeah,
excited. I
bunch
love
of
the Saints Row. And they're dead now. Volition is over.
Yeah.
No more Saints Row. They killed it. Way to kill it, guys. Good gravy.
It's funny that you talk about YouTubes, because I've been watching a lot of YouTube now too.
On the TV?
On the TV.
Nice.
Yeah.
Old
it's
men watch
through my
YouTubes on the TV.
PS5. But yeah, I mean, part of it is that because I was watching that weird conspiracy dude who I still have not watched any of his stuff.
Yeah, he turned you off.
Never have I ever been so just flat out like, no, I can't do this anymore. I really felt like I was contributing to nastiness. And
wow.
I was just like, okay. And it still pops up like it's recommended stuff. And it'll start, and then I'll hear his opening music, bing, 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 and I'm like, no, I can't do it.
Well, that sucks. Oh, that happens all the time on YouTube, where you're just watching, an innocuous video, and all of a sudden they're like, and then the Zionists. Oh, jeez.
What?
Here we go.
But because of that, I've been watching a lot of other stuff. It's a lot of GTA stuff, a lot of stuff on how to make money.
Shout out to Digital Car Addict.
Yes.
I watch a lot of his. We both watch a lot of his stuff.
Yeah.
He's a really great GTA source of information.
Yeah. He was the reason that I was able to finally get the Die Hard gun.
Yeah.
Because I was told incorrectly that it came out at a certain time and it was never there. And then surprise, it was actually 2 hours later.
He's very good. He did a very good review of the new DLC that I thought was very apt.
We definitely agreed with him a lot.
It was kind of lazy.
But he was great, yeah. So, but I've been watching a lot of more stuff like like a lot of content created stuff by people and various things. Mm-hmm. But I have also been watching a lot of Taskmaster.
Ah, yeah.
Taskmaster is a British show that is literally just 5 actors / comedians being forced to do things and then getting judged by some random person.
Interesting.
It is a fantastic show. It is incredibly addictive, as I love game shows.
Yep.
But the really interesting thing about it is that you can they have a thing set up. The guy, Alex Horn, the guy who set up the show, he's a producer. And the best is that he plays the Taskmaster's assistant on the show. And the Taskmaster constantly makes him do the most disgusting things.
Gross.
But it's literally him writing them and then having him do them. So it's really weird.
He's got a fetish.
Yeah, But the thing is that, so I watch it on their YouTube. They have what they call it's some English thing called Supermax Plus, where you can buy like a channel for a month and then watch stuff. You pay $6 and then you can watch all their content ad free.
Oh,
which is great, but not going to pay $6 a month. I'll just watch on YouTube. Not a big deal. Yeah, sure, there are commercials, but I came to realize after watching so much of the show and so much of YouTube, the commercial system on YouTube is so bizarre.
Doesn't make any sense.
They have it set up where there's obviously like commercials plugged in, and the best part about it is that there's more commercials, but none of them are usually longer than 15 seconds.
Right.
And if they are, you can usually get through them in 5 seconds.
Well, there's no rhyme nor reason to where the commercials go. They just pop them in, because I watch Jordan Klepper Fingers the Conspiracy. And, most podcasts are like, we'll be right back after these quick words.
Right.
No words.
No, and then they just come back.
Come right back.
And then 20 seconds later, there's a commercial.
Yeah,
and it's
then like 2
what?
seconds later, there's a commercial. It's just
if you rewind, it will cause a commercial to go.
Same for fast forward.
And then after you play, within 5 seconds, there'll be another commercial.
But like you said, most of them are 5 seconds.
But they're short. But I found it really interesting that, this is how we used to watch TV.
Yeah.
You had commercials. Granted, you knew exactly when the commercials were.
And then you'd go to the bathroom and make a sandwich.
Yeah.
You would time it out. You had 90 seconds to do whatever you needed to do before Happy Days came back on.
My Hulu I still use has commercials. And other commercials are longer than 2 minutes. But I use it as a way, and I time it out. Whenever Phoebe and I are watching something, I will run to the kitchen, and I'll come back. She's always so shocked and surprised when it's like I'm walking back in and there's 2 seconds.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah.
You're a pro.
It's because I know. But the thing with the YouTube is that because they're so short, you don't have time to go do anything else.
Well, yeah, some of them are really short, but there's also commercials that are like 15, 20, 30 minutes.
I realize, but you can get through them, sure, and it's an easy way to sometimes, and this is the really messed up part. Sometimes if you don't catch a like in the first 5 seconds, it'll be, let's say it's a 20-second commercial. Yeah. If you don't catch it within like the first 10 seconds, it makes you watch the second commercial.
Yes, because I'll be doing stuff around the room, and I'll have the YouTubes on, and then a commercial will come on, and then I'll be like, what the. And it'll be one of those 10-minute commercials for something stupid, and you can't zip past it because you missed your window.
Yeah. And then what do you do? I mean, but
I just pop out of it.
well, yeah. I mean, but it's interesting that I feel like I've been watching more of Taskmaster, and there's a lot of it on YouTube. But I've been watching more of it because the commercials are shorter, and I end up like it just rolls into the next one, you know. But like I end up like not. It's like, oh, okay, well I can wait, because I know that if I get up and pause it, as soon as I come back, there will be a commercial.
Yeah, it's like me in Forensic Files. Like Forensic Files, I'll put on. I'm so old. So when I start getting sleepy when I'm watching TV at night, and I'm watching something I like, I'll be like, well, I got to switch it because I'm probably going to doze and I don't want to miss anything.
Right.
So I'll put on Forensic Files because there's 1,000 seasons with 5 million episodes per season.
Yeah.
And I probably played the entire series over and over again, but I don't remember because I fall asleep.
Right.
But it's just so soothing. And then a dismembered corpse was found under the bridge.
You know, I realized, actually this was last night, I heard it coming from here. I had to go pick up Phoebe super late, and I heard it coming, and I literally thought you were playing The Witcher because that guy sounds just like the dude that does the narration on Witcher.
Yes. Sarah was going to its castle.
They must have been from like the same place or same region or something because they have the same inflections. Like, it's really funny.
Geralt of Rivia was searching for his friend.
Anyway, the whole point of the YouTube thing is this. I thought it was funny that they figured out a way to make you continue to watch commercials. And most of those commercials, the best ones are the ones that are 5 seconds. There's 2 of them. They're 10 seconds.
Yep.
You just have to get through them. I still know exactly what they're advertising.
Well, the best one is when there's 2 of them, and the first one you can jam through, so you don't have to deal with the 2 5 seconds.
I know.
But yeah.
But I'm saying, coming from a capitalist society, it
makes
more sense to do 2 5-second commercials than having to worry about someone, accidentally leaving it on or whatever.
And I think that the key to those is just some sort of subliminal or some sort of repetitive BS to jam in your brain because you've only got 5 seconds.
Name of the product, tagline, the end. That's all you get.
Pods.
And it's
don't eat them.
Yeah, So anyway, I just thought it was really funny. I realized because I was just overanalyzing everything as I was going. But yeah, I highly recommend Taskmaster. It's really fun. So
what's some of your favorite shows from last year? Taskmaster, I guess, is
Taskmaster was one of them. Severance.
Oh yeah, that's on my list.
Is on high on my list. Peacemaker.
Oh yeah,
high on my list.
Andor.
Andor was fantastic. Really liked She-Hulk and Ms. Marvel.
Oh yeah, Ms. Marvel is in it. I think Ms. Marvel might be my favorite of all the superhero series.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just because it was so much. It was just so much like a comic book, and really captured that spirit more than anything. I loved She-Hulk, and what other ones were there?
Ms. Marvel. There was Hawkeye.
Hawkeye was okay.
WandaVision, technically at the beginning of the year.
WandaVision was good.
WandaVision was fantastic.
Yeah. But I still think I liked WandaVision a lot. I think that's my second.
It to me, I'm not going to say it's my favorite, but to me it was good because it defied expectations. Like we didn't know it was the first show for Disney and Marvel, and it was like, well, what's it going to be? And
took a lot of risks too. It was an interesting show. Didn't love the Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Yeah, Winter Soldier. Yeah, it was fine.
It was fine. Yeah, I mean, it's just kind of like was.
I mean,
I can't tell you what happened.
I'm not mad I saw it.
No,
I remember more about the bad guy than I do the U.S. agent, and when he was being Captain America, and then he.
Oh right.
I don't want to spoil
Goldie
anything.
Hawn's kid and Kurt Russell.
Oh yeah, the Jake or something. That's
Russell.
Not right.
Yeah. Yes, there's been a lot of articles about nepotism in Hollywood and all the nepo babies.
Yeah.
He's a nepo baby.
Yeah, whatever.
Look, where are they going to get these beautiful people?
Yeah.
They breed them. That's what the point is. They get 2 beautiful actors to breed, and they make a beautiful, talented actor.
It's true.
It's acting. If they're good at it, they're good at it.
Whatever, man. If you have the connections, more power to you.
Oh my God, they don't say that about construction. Johnny, Franklin and Sons.
Well,
you gave your sons that damn construction business.
Well, a lot of those times is people get charged with racketeering and things.
Not always. I mean, I'm talking legit.
No, I know. I agree. It's just because it's more public and people see it, and then they're like, oh. But I had no idea going into it that he was Kurt Russell's kid.
No.
I mean.
No, I did, actually. I did. Because he looks just like if you
once you
took
said it, I was like, oh,
the
obviously. Yeah.
Yeah, Yeah, but I mean,
But it was fun. I mean, the show was fine.
it lost cred with me, this whole nepotism thing, when they tried to convince us that Timothy Chalamet is a nepo baby because I think his
What?
uncle or something directed Leprechaun 2. And it's like,
What?
That's a stretch, bud. Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Timothy Chalamet is a beautiful, talented young man.
Literally don't think I could pick Timothy Chalamet out of a fucking lineup.
Wish you could. He was in
out of a
Dune.
lineup.
He could because of his hair.
I didn't see Dune. I still haven't seen Dune.
Did you see The Dispatch?
No.
Oh God, he was so good.
No, I
in
still
that.
didn't see that either. There's so many movies from this year I did not see.
Yeah, it was a great movie. I like Timothy Chalamet. I think
Actually,
he's a really.
he was
talented
also.
young man.
I was watching a random thing about Interstellar and on YouTube's and Timothy Chalamet is in that.
Really?
I had no idea. He plays the kid or one of his sons when the son's younger. Yeah.
He's been around.
Yeah.
That's Chalamet.
Because of that nepotism, Jim.
Yeah, because of that. Oh, because of that
that favored
Leprechaun 2 money.
good old Jack Chalamet was like, "Hey Jack, can you give me a job?"
Yeah, I don't know, Tim. I got a lot of cred being the director of Leprechaun 2. I don't want to waste it on
See,
you.
this is one of those things. We go back to I have no idea where Timothy Chalamet's from. I don't know. For some reason I thought he was British. Don't know if he is or
I
not.
think so.
I don't know.
I don't know. The less I know, the better.
I don't want to know
Like
anything.
I mean, my favorites that I'm going to kind of keep away from are Florence Pugh, Jenna Ortega. I like Timothy Chalamet. Theo Vaughn? What is it? The kid from the new...
There is a Theo Vaughn. But
it's Theo something from... He was in, I think... He was in one of those teen... he was in one of those like Scorcher movies, Maze Runner or something.
Oh.
And then he was in the newest. He was in the newest. It was one of the.
Jim just invented a new young
Wasn't
adult
it
title.
the Scorch Trials? Wasn't that one of the Maze Runner? The Scorch Trials.
Yeah.
Okay, I wasn't completely off.
But I want a series called the Scorcher movies.
Okay, well I'll do it.
All right.
But he was in the newest season of The White Lotus, and he was really good.
That is high on my list.
Yeah,
I
really enjoyed that. That was one of my favorite shows of the year, and I had come late to the game, so I watched both seasons pretty much on top of each other.
Yeah.
And oh my God, Mike White is always just been consistently he just consistently proves that he is such a talented man. It's such an understated. You look at that guy, and you think if you don't Mike White, he's a director and a writer and a filmmaker, but he's also an actor, and he played Jack Black's roommate in School of Rock.
Yeah.
If you don't know, and he's just such a little unassuming. Hey guys.
Well, what was the movie? The one that he wrote and directed and starred in? It was like
Buck or
Buck and Mike or
Chuck
Mike
and Buck
Chuck and Buck
or something.
or something like that.
But
He's just obsessed with this other guy. That was the first time I saw him in anything, and I was like, he's weird.
Oh, so good. He is just so good, and he just proves this show is just so well written. And what's great is it's like he tackles issues with each season. Like this season was all about kind of sex and sexual politics and what goes on, and then the last season, I don't really know what it was about. But the next season coming about, I think is going to be about spirituality or something,
nice.
or it's going to take place in the Eastern.
To show Mike White's versatility, he was on 2 seasons of The Amazing Race as well. Him and his dad, they raced together. Yeah.
Wow.
It was great. It was so good to see him and see him not be in Hollywood.
Not be a creep.
It was, yes. But it was super cool to be because his dad, you could totally see where he gets his interest from because his dad was fascinating.
That's so cool. And how great would it be? That's the one thing about being famous that I think would be awesome is I want to be on Amazing Race. Or I watched a few clips. I don't know when it was from or if it's coming up or whatever. But, Bear Grylls.
Yeah. The living out in the wild.
Yeah, whatever that
stuff.
Bear Grylls.
In the wild. Yeah.
Trying to kill celebrities, whatever it is. But
all right, new show. Let's do it.
But Florence Pugh.
Oh yeah,
it was on.
Oh really?
I saw some clips of it, and there's this clip of them going through this marsh with a bunch of eels and stuff. And
it's the first time I've been interested in that show.
Yeah, because I haven't seen a bunch of it, but she's so charming, and again, she just seems like somebody who is enjoying her fame, and utilizing it to the best, in a good way. There's people that use their fame to bring attention to cancer or different.
Yeah.
I think she's got a charity or something.
I'm sure.
But I really respect people that use their fame for good
Yeah.
rather than evil.
We've been watching a Celebrity Wheel of Fortune, and Jack Black was on it, and my God, A, he's really good at Wheel of Fortune, and B, he's one of the funniest men alive.
Jack Black is truly one of the most epically talented
Yes.
human beings. He's like Dean Martin if Dean Martin really tried hard. I showed you,
Yeah.
there's that clip of him on, I think it's The Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon or something, and they hand him this toy, like, saxophone thing.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And he's like, and it
Plays an amazing song.
And then walks over to, and then strut dances over to the
So
band,
good.
and then they start playing.
It's so good.
The guy is a dynamo. You can't, it's got to be exhausting to be him.
That man has so much energy.
Oh my God. It's just, he's like a camel. He stores it all in his belly.
I have no idea. Two things with Jack Black. One, Heat Vision and Jack, if you've never seen it, it's a pilot that Ben Stiller directed in the mid-90s with Owen Wilson as a talking motorcycle and Jack Black as a man that only is intelligent when the sun's out. But he's a super genius. It's a great show.
Yeah.
Also starring Ron Silver as himself. Literally the actor Ron Silver as he introduces himself every scene.
Nice.
It's really great. But then when I saw Tenacious D, you ever seen Tenacious D live?
Oh, yeah.
I saw them the day George Harrison died, and they played
My Guitar's the Only Reason.
Yes. And it was the greatest cover and the most touching tribute of 50,000 people in the stadium just being silent and listening.
They're
It
great
was
musicians.
so
I mean,
amazing.
Tenacious D is a great band.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
not just a joke band. They're good, you know?
Yeah, they opened for Weezer, and the best part was that Kyle Gass just went into the back of the theater and hung out and like talked with people and listened to Weezer.
Nice.
It was really great.
Oh, that's so awesome.
Yeah.
I love Jack Black, and I love Kyle Gass.
Yeah, they're amazing. Yeah. Anyway, but the episode of Wheel of Fortune's fantastic.
Yeah.
It's so funny.
I haven't seen Jack Black in a movie lately. Has he been in anything? this year?
I think since the lockdown, I don't think he's been doing a lot of other stuff. Like I don't think he's been in anything.
What
hold on.
movies have you seen that you...
My favorite movie of the year, I think.
Black Adam, because it's got your name in it?
Oh my God, I did watch Black Adam, and
Or
no.
Bladum, as I like to call it.
No. I appreciated what they were trying to do with Black Adam. It just
Make a
was
movie?
bloated and bad.
Yeah.
It was.
I think The Rock needs to take a year off.
The way he handled Black Adam and the PR really turned me off.
Oh, yeah, me
It
too.
was
And
just bad.
he, blame anybody you want, but look, it's just, it wasn't a good fit for him. It wasn't.
I mean, he has the look,
Sure,
but like it didn't. They tried to make it around him, and it just
The Rock is a great entertainer. He's a big movie star, and he's funny when he's with that little bite-sized guy,
Kevin
Hart. They're really fun, with Jack Black in the Jumanji movies.
Yeah.
A lot of fun. But this whole movie, watching it, all I saw was him doing everything he could not to raise his eyebrow, not to do the Rock look.
And the one time he did, it stuck out like a sore thumb.
It was awful. And then the whole thing, they just tried to make it the Terminator, and they just didn't know what to do with it. And he didn't want anything to do with the Shazam aspect of it, which is ridiculous.
The whole point of it.
It's the whole universe.
Yeah.
I think he's a franchise king. He's a very successful guy. But take a break.
Yeah.
Reassess things. Do another. I guess he doesn't do Fast and Furious anymore because of Vin Diesel. They have it out.
Yeah, because he's not going to be in the next one. But the next one's the last one, I think, so it doesn't matter.
Just take a break. We love you, man. You can take a break. We'll still be here when you get back.
Yeah, find better projects.
Find something that suits you, bud.
Yeah.
All right, there's
Agreed.
a little love, little tough love. I'm sure he's going to listen to this too. All his friends are going to be like, "Hey,
immediately they call him up.
hey, Dwayne."
Hey, The Rock.
Yeah, his real friends call him The Rock. Hey, Dwayne The Rock Quoties Johnson. You better listen to the Gen X Files. They got some harsh truths for you, buddy. Harsh truths.
So top 3 movies of the year. I have mine. Do you know what yours are?
No.
Okay, top 3 movies of the year, and I'm not going to put them in any order. This is not any particular order. because I really can't decide. I will give them in the order I saw them in. Nope, which I absolutely loved. I actually need to watch it again. It's fantastic. It was done so well. I love that style of movie, and I think it's my favorite of his movies
I agree. I'd put that on my tops.
so far. Yeah. The Menu.
Oh, yeah, I want to see that.
Fantastic. That's coming to streaming very soon. The Menu is fantastic. It was one of the best produced movies I saw this year. It was just done so well, and it hasn't gotten universal love. Like, it's not, but I loved it. It just spoke to me in a way. And surprisingly enough, Top Gun Maverick.
Yeah, it's on a lot of people's lists. I haven't seen that yet.
I'm surprised you haven't watched that yet.
I know. I just haven't had the desire. I'm sure it is a great movie. I'm not a big Tom Cruise guy, and I'm not a big
The
Air Force, that kind of
that kind of bravado macho.
I have utmost respect for every veteran because it's real world, real life.
Right.
But
right.
these kind of fake macho man movies. And look, I'm just going off of the last one. I love the first one. I came around at a time what was perfect for me as a teenage boy.
Yeah.
And I'm sure I'll like it. I also thought we were going to watch it on one of our movie nights. So I've been kind of like,
oh, we can
pushing off because I know
Okay.
Phoebe wants to watch it again. And that's one that I don't mind
Right.
waiting to watch.
Yeah.
But, and look, again, Tom Cruise, a movie star, a big movie star. But to me, he's America's greatest stuntman. You know?
Yeah. I mean, that's literally what he is now. Yeah.
And his performances, in terms of acting, just seem very contrived. Like, they're good, but they're like an AI version of acting, or if a computer was pretending, or an alien pretending to be a human.
Well, we don't know if that's not true.
And he's 60, man. Start aging,
He's
pal.
definitely 60.
It's start acting your age. You don't need to be jumping off rock formations or going to space. We get it. You're a vibrant, virile man. Even into your 60s, you got that vim and vigor. You don't have to keep jumping off. Oh, he's going to, what is he going to jump from the moon? You're going to parachute from the moon to the Earth? Is that the next Mission Impossible? The mission is, if you choose to accept it, Ethan, is you got to jump from the moon and parachute all the way down to Earth.
They're going to have to. They keep building up these things. I mean, look at the Fast and the Furious franchise.
I don't want to.
You saw the last movie, didn't you?
It was ridiculous.
They were in space.
It was ridiculous.
Spoiler, they were in space.
I don't know how the Fast and the Furious franchise went from a pretty decent street racing undercover cop movie to
literally launching a car into space.
It's
and bringing it back. They did it, man.
I'd have to agree. Nope is on my top of my list. I think Bros, strangely enough.
I need to see that. I haven't seen it yet.
Bros, I'm sorry I missed. I kind of wish I went to see it in the theater because romantic comedies need love, man. We need to bring the comedy back.
And not just the bad Christmas romantic comedies.
No, I'm not talking whatever that crappy Paradise.
Ticket to Paradise?
Ticket to Paradise abomination, which, oh my God, stay away from. But this movie was funny, touching. It was the best romantic comedy I've seen in a long time. Gay, straight, whatever, it doesn't matter. A good story is a good story. Good chemistry is good chemistry. Good acting is good acting. And funny is funny. And Billy Eichner is hilarious. I believe he wrote this movie with somebody else.
Yeah.
With somebody else. I'm just kidding.
Co-wrote it, whatever.
He wrote a great effing comedy. And it's just, and it hits all the beats of a romantic comedy, but they don't try to shoehorn gay reality into hetero reality, if that makes sense. They don't they don't make a gay couple just, okay, we're going to swap out woman for a feminine man, and it's the same damn thing.
Right.
Because, as Billy Eichner points out, gay relationships are nothing like straight relationships. And it was really interesting to see that done in a very, funny way. And it was eye-opening about things that I didn't know about.
Yeah.
And I just thought, what a great movie, and what a disappointment that something that funny and that groundbreaking just kind of blipped, and that really
Yeah.
disappoints me.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's been doing pretty well in streaming, but as far as this country has come, it's gone just as much backwards, and it's just becoming more polarizing.
That's not.
I was at a screening of Sushi Girl before it came out.
Good movie.
Great movie. And I talked to one of the producers, and the first thing I said was, "Oh, hey, great job. The movie was really good." And he looked me dead in the eye and said, "Well, yeah, that's what we were trying to do." And I was just like, "All right,
you're a dick."
Our conversation's over. Thanks, man."
Yeah, way to be gracious. Ugh.
Yeah. So I get it. I mean, I get it. Like it's.
But I don't think that's what he was saying.
No. I'm just saying is that I understand having a stake in this stuff.
Sure.
And it's like because we've said this before. It's damn near impossible to get any movie made at all.
Oh yeah.
So to do it and then to have it be, especially with the marketing blitz they had, and then to have it just kind of fizzle, it's disappointing. It's highly disappointing.
It's tough to get people. It's still tough to get people to the movies.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
It's the avatars that are going to get you. The Marvels, the
Yeah.
Wakandas. That's
Yeah.
what people are going to see.
Yeah.
I don't want to put on my mask to go see something I could see on streaming in a week. And that's the thing too. I think
Yeah.
the window for theater to home is so small now. It's
Yeah.
like, just wait 2 or 3 weeks and it'll be on something.
Well, yeah, and if it doesn't do well, like Strange World, it didn't do well. They pushed it up like 21 days or something onto streaming.
I'm looking forward to seeing that. I watched the beginning of it, and that's another one. It's like, it didn't do that great, but they blame it on the fact that it's like, well, gay characters, go woke, go broke.
Oh,
And I don't even know
whatever.
if anybody, I don't know.
I didn't realize there were gay characters in it.
Neither. It's just like,
Oh my god, gay animated characters, it's gonna ruin the world.
we've come to a place where people can't just enjoy stuff. They need to take ownership of it,
Yeah.
whether right or left or this or that. And it's just become everything. Politics doesn't need to be in every
No.
aspect. Just get it out of your soup, man. Just like keep it where it is and let us enjoy stuff. We can all enjoy stuff together.
Yeah.
We're not voting on whether or not,
Yeah.
It's,
Yeah, Hollywood's definitely not a democracy.
no, it's a nepocracy.
Oh,
Nepo
bringing
babies.
bringing it back all around.
I don't know. I haven't seen Wakanda yet. I haven't.
It was fine.
I liked Amsterdam. I thought that was a fun movie.
I've heard bad things about David O. Russell, so a lot of people were poo talking him.
Well, sure,
His nastiness.
sure, but Roman Polanski's a monster, but he still makes good movies.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
not saying that I support David O. Russell's villainry, but I do. But I did enjoy the movie. I thought it was interesting. I didn't think it was amazing, but I thought it was fun.
Sure.
I enjoyed the performances.
It's funny, I looked at a bunch of like best of lists like for the year. 90% of the movies I'd never heard of.
A lot of the ones that it was a lot of disappointment for me this year, I'll have
Yeah.
to say.
Yeah.
The Banshees of Inisherin,
Yeah.
beautifully shot, well written. It's a good movie,
Yeah.
but I told you this. I would much rather be in an Irish pub
Right.
listening to an old man tell the story of two friends who stopped being friends and what happened on the small island of Inisherin.
Would it like if it was a podcast or something?
No, if it was just me in a bar listening to the guys tell the story.
I'm trying to think of a way
Or a
of
podcast,
this being
sure.
something that people would
Sure.
actually be able to hear.
Or a podcast. It was very depressing. It was very brutal.
Oh yeah.
It just got harsher and harsher.
Ugh,
and
all
it
right.
just turned me off.
Yeah, I still need to see it.
It sucks because I love both those actors. I love McDonough's other work.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, it's it's a good movie. It just was too relentless for me.
Yeah.
I just didn't want all of that pathos,
Yeah, a little much. A little much.
It was just too much for me. Good movie. It disappointed me.
Yeah, there's been a lot of that, especially movies this year. A
Yeah.
lot of that's been disappointing.
Blood. I watched Bullet Train. I enjoyed that. That was a fun
I
little
still
romp.
need to see that. Yeah.
That was an innocuous, enjoyable.
Yeah, just
you
sit
know,
back and enjoy your popcorn.
it was like a 2010s movie.
Oh,
just
yeah,
kind
yeah.
of goofy and that was fun. But there's not a lot of stuff that blew me away. Like I said, I can't remember anything. I can remember Nope because I love that.
Yeah.
I can remember Bros because I love that, and that was fairly recent.
right. Right.
But not a lot of films stood out.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I agreed. It was a weird year.
And I kicked myself remembering, that I forgot a bunch of stuff.
I am looking forward to the new Alice in Borderland season just dropped.
Oh, just started that last night.
Yeah, I am excited to get into that.
So good. Oh my God, man. Just like the first episode, you remember how much you love that show.
Yeah.
And it just starts and it doesn't stop.
Nice.
And it was so hard for me to not go into the second episode and just
keep
binge
going,
all the night way through, baby.
Yeah.
Get some coffee. It is great. Conversely, very disappointed. Well, kind of disappointed with the new Witcher series.
Oh, really? I thought you liked it.
Oh, it started out so promising. It started out like, oh, this is going to be a Magnificent Seven.
Okay.
You know, in the Witcher 1500 years before the Witcher. Oh, we're going to see how the Witchers were born and stuff. Starts out good. It just meanders. They rush. I think it's 3 episodes. They rushed everything.
It's only 3 episodes?
I think it's 3 or 4.
I knew it was limited, but
is it limited? It is very limited. The characters are really cool. The actress that plays the dwarf character is awesome. Mm-hmm. The lady that plays the musician leader lady, awesome. What's her name from Everything Everywhere All at Once? Okay, that's on my top list. There you go.
I haven't
that's
seen
in my
that
top
yet.
three.
Yeah.
Nope. Everywhere, Everything, All at Once, and Bros, I guess, are my
Bros.
top
Okay.
3 that I can remember. Oh, Everything Everywhere All at Once.
I know.
That's my top.
I need to watch that.
That's my top. Such a brilliantly done movie, and one of my absolute favorite Jamie Lee Curtis performances ever. She is fierce.
Nice.
Nice. I'm glad I remembered that. But the lead in that, whose name I forget, she's great. But this, like, I don't know, man. And then when it gets to the end, it's just like goofy, and then like the creature he becomes is goofy, and the actor playing the guy just like he's not. He starts out kind of strong, but then he becomes goofy when he turns into this weird monster, and it's just, it's like the explanation for how they became Witchers just doesn't really make sense. And then there's this like after credit thing that doesn't make any sense about, there's where the Wild Hunt came from, and it's like, what? No. And then there's even another sequence that tries to tie the whole thing in with the Witcher
show.
series going on now with Ciri. And it's just more confusing.
Weird.
Yeah, it's just a shame because it's very promising, but they just rushed it, and it just gets goofy.
Is the animated show that hasn't come out yet? Has it?
I think it has.
It has. Is that connected to the TV like universe?
Yeah, I think it deals with Vesemir and.
Okay.
I haven't. Maybe I watched that. I don't know, but yeah, I burned through the Witcher thing, and I was enjoying it. But then it like I said, it fizzled. It had so much potential and a good cast, but it fizzled. But that's why I was like, when I started Alice in Borderland season 2, I'm like, oh baby, here we go.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna start watching it tonight. I almost watched it last night, but I got sucked back into Taskmaster.
Yeah, well,
but it was I'm so excited. Part of me wants to watch the first season again. I don't know if it's for Alice in Borderland. I don't know if it's necessary, but
no. Once because that's the thing I was thinking about. Like, I'll forget.
Yeah.
Once you start and you see the characters again, you're like, okay, I remember.
Right.
I remember
where they were at,
and they kind of give a little
recap.
through the first episode.
Oh, okay.
They pepper in stuff to kind of catch you up.
Okay. That's
without
fine.
being over like ham-fisted about it.
Right.
It was a good year for TV though this year. There was Andor again, like we said, was great. I liked all the Star Wars series. I like Boba Fett. I know people have problems with it, but
the Book of Boba Fett.
The Book of Boba Fett. There's some stuff I'm looking for. The new Jack Reacher.
Yeah, the new season of that's
coming out this year. Yeah. Next year, 2023. Or this year, if you're listening in 2023. Or last year, if you're listening in 2024.
House of the Dragon was one that I was disappointed by.
Really?
That one, yeah.
I like that.
I didn't like it.
I liked it a lot. The only thing that I was just talking to our friend V about this. The one thing that I'm just the incest, man. I'm just like, what is up with George R.R. Martin?
George, yeah.
Does he have a sister?
I don't know.
Because if he does, I'd be worried if I were her.
It was pretty common back then. I mean, back then in
make believe fantasy
world.
times, Adam.
It was pretty common. Just saying.
It was, according to him, since he made up all the history. But yeah, it's like I could do with. Oops, kick the cat in the face. I could have done with a little less incest in that. And I'm sorry, it needed one more episode because the ending was so disappointing because there was like the build-up of the one side, the build-up of the other side, and we didn't get the confrontation.
I thought there was a couple points that were interesting, but like literally maybe 2 scenes out of 10 episodes, or 8 episodes or whatever, that I was like, otherwise I spent almost all my time trying to figure out who characters were.
Right.
I spent almost all my time trying to figure out what they meant to each other. And then by the time I realized that the episodes were over, and then they would turn around the next episode and be like, well, here's a new actor playing this person 5 years later.
Right.
And it's like, no, I got to start over again and figure out all this stuff. Like,
sure.
I just was not prepared for that.
All right.
And I was highly disappointed.
I see. Well, that's we differ on that one. Yeah. There's a split vote.
Oh. Thumbs down from Adam.
Thumbs up from Jim. Yeah, I mean, I see your points, but yeah. I really enjoyed it.
I assume I will most likely watch the second season. I don't think it's going to come out until like 2024, but I will most likely watch it because Phoebe really enjoyed it, or enjoyed it more than I did. And they have said that they're not going to do time jumps anymore. It's going to be much more linear, and hopefully you won't have to spend half an hour every episode trying to figure out who the hell everybody is.
Nah, they should give you a little scorecard. Like, when you go to the baseball game and you got your roster and you keep track do your stats.
I had the same issue with the first show, and it wasn't until I read the first book and then I started watching the first show again that I was like, okay, I get who everybody is.
There's a lot of names, and the names aren't that different, and the names are kind of weird. And
the fact that they, halfway through the season, just changed half the actors. God, that just annoyed me. It annoyed me.
Yeah, I know. A lot of stuff. Well, let's get off of this one because it seemed to annoy you a bit.
It made me feel like an old man, and I don't like that, Jim.
I was confused and scared. Ooh, what's the dragon doing?
There's so many times I literally would have to turn to Phoebe and be like, I don't get it. I don't understand. And also, I really liked the main character. I liked who the actor that played her in the first 5 episodes. I liked her a lot.
Yeah, I liked them both. I thought they both did a great job.
The new person did fine, but I was really just sad that it was like, oh, well, that's it for her.
I like Olivia Cooke a lot, too, the one that took over for the Queen.
Yeah.
She's a really good actress. She was on that Bates Motel.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I totally thought she was American.
And totally 100% Ciarán Hinds? No, that's not Ciarán Hinds. The guy who played the king.
Paddy Considine.
Considine. He was phenomenal in that. And the fact that he is not getting accolades from the Emmys or the Golden Globes, I think the Golden Globes are out now, is just shame.
It is. He
was amazing.
Scooped his own eyeball out to play that part.
Was amazing.
Scooped it out with a melon baller on set.
It was incredible. And then speaking of V, it was so great because there was a Game of Thrones conference, con here, and Paddy Considine was there.
Oh, nice.
And they got a picture with them. And I always forget that he's a little bit younger than you. But in the show, he looked like he was 90. I mean, it's like they did such a good job.
Thanks for putting that out, by the way.
He just looked much younger than I remember.
Well,
but I think he's around your age.
He should be.
Yeah.
He's probably.
I mean, he's been acting for 30 years. I mean, it's...
Whatever. I don't know.
Not a competition,
It
Jim.
is, man. Now I got to, compete with... Ant-Man. What's his name?
Paul Rudd?
Paul Rudd. He and I are exactly the same age. Exactly.
You were born at the exact same time?
Maybe a month apart. I think he's a month older than me, actually.
Not as exciting, Joe.
But it's like that. It's funny. I honestly don't care because I'm old and gross, and I'm fine with that, I think. Getting there. But it's funny that back in the day, watching the Dean Martin thing, those guys are 30.
Yeah.
And they look like they're 60.
Yeah.
It was hard living back then. But now it's like...
it's the total
that
opposite.
Guy's 65. Look at Tom Cruise, man.
Yeah.
Granted, these guys...
Tom Cruise is starting to show his age.
But these people are also... privy to the greatest anti-aging technology, And there's a
Although,
lot of work.
I don't know if Paul Rudd would partake in any of that. I think Paul Rudd was just lucky.
He's just genetics. He's just, and I think he's just a happy guy too. And I think if you're a happy guy, you don't age as much.
Yeah.
I don't know. What do I know? I mean, I'm starting to age because I'm becoming less happy.
All right. Well, yeah.
Well, this next year is going to be a lot of fun. We had a really good year. This is our second year that we finished. We haven't missed a show in 2 years, which I think is pretty remarkable.
Yeah, just a couple weeks, we're going to have 100th episode.
I know, which is insane. The shows this year, a lot of them really kind of brought me back to loving some of the stuff that I haven't participated in a while. It was really the toy stuff was really fun to get back into.
I really enjoyed diving into movies that I knew, but finding little fun facts about them. It was really nice.
Yeah. Some of the highlights for me were the Murder by Death.
Yeah,
because that's one of my favorite movies. I hadn't seen it in so long. That whole month with
the weirdo genre flicks.
Yeah, the weirdo genre flicks. That was a fun month because it just kind of brought me... A lot of the stuff this year kind of brought me back to my childhood. And my sister and I, my sister Trace, we talked a lot about this stuff because, most of the stuff that we did, especially the weirdo genre stuff, was stuff that she and I grew up together loving. And it was really fun to reconnect with her on that kind of stuff. And it was a really fun year. Full of fun shows.
It was. Definitely go back and listen to our old shows.
Please. And next year is just going to be misery. They're all just going to be really sad shows.
Yeah,
about
it's actually
super sad things.
Going to be a 52-part series about the movie Misery. So
that wouldn't be bad.
Strap in.
We could probably do it. Well, happy holidays, everybody. Thanks for sticking with us for our ending of our second year.
Yeah. Have a safe new year. Don't go too crazy.
Go crazy.
Try not to murder anybody.
Don't murder anybody, but have some fun.
God, we didn't even. I just suddenly started thinking about the true crime shows we didn't even talk about.
No. Only Murders in the Building.
Yes.
Another great show.
That was great.
This year.
The second season was fantastic.
Oh my God. I gotta, just real quick. Those two, man.
Oh, I know. Steve Martin and
we're gonna definitely. I think we're gonna do a month of them next year, because we love them and they've been in so many things that we love.
They work so well together.
Unbelievable! Like seeing them on talk shows, the way they roast each other and the way they roast the hosts, and they're just their chemistry together. And I watched their special on Netflix a couple years ago. God, the one live show that I will go to see more than anything would be to see them live. I would love to see the two of them perform live. Because Steve Martin is one of my first heroes. He was my first comedy heroes. And from the minute I saw Martin Short on SCTV saw Ed Grimley, I mean, that was it. That was it. These two guys are just... And Martin Short is so Hollywood in the best possible way. He just seems like the kind of guy that's going from cocktail party to cocktail party, entertaining everyone and just flitting about. Being the man about town and just the center of attention, and not in an annoying way at all. In a beautiful way. Like there's so few people like that in Hollywood anymore. Yeah, and he just seems to kind of epitomize that.
Oh, he's so great.
And then Steve Martin's just kind of like old grandpa. It's just still so funny and so great.
It's a great. Highly recommend Only Murders in the Building.
Yeah,
great show.
That's a good one to go out on. Anyway, happy holidays, everybody. Thanks for sticking with us, and we'll be back for a new month and a new year.
Yeah,
in January we're going to be doing Not So Terrible 2.
The Not So Terrible 2.
We're going to be doing Not So Terrible 2s. Yeah. Some of our favorite and what we think are some of the best sequels. Yeah. That sometimes surpass the origies.
I'm super excited about it. It's going to be a fun month.
I'm not even going to tell you what they are. Come on back. Gross.
You literally just did it.
We now return you to your regularly scheduled programming, The $6 Billion Man, already in progress.